Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Leo Naranjo here, candidate for Governor of California 2026, standing outside of the Department of Human Assistance office where I just had an impromptu meeting with their director, Mr. Ethan Dye. Very informative, very interesting. Definitely different viewpoint from his eyes over me. I'm not that employee union rep guy anymore. So, what was the effects of our meeting? Like I said, very informative. We'll say very informative and leave it like that for right now. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And if this is any indication of what we're getting ready to run into to try and fix it, yeah, you candidates out there making noise about what you're getting ready to do and how you're getting ready to do it, boy, do you got some things waiting to bite you in the butt when you start trying. Our problem here in California is it nearly institutionalized. Everybody has insulated themselves from responsibility. And one of the ones I'll hold on to or hone into is that PPP program problem here that was exposed by the Sacramento Bee, no less. Yeah, that was federal money that came down. Yeah, a lot of people had their hands in the pie, but it looks like what was failed to have been mentioned were the rules that once the money was handed off to the county could do as they wished. There wasn't much oversight. My. Who makes up those rules? County council. Excuse me. The county board members. Sacramento County board members. Sacramento County Council. Yes. There's a lot of things that are wrong with this state. A lot of new rules coming out from the feds. There's some suggestions that the complications of reforming welfare in the state is due by the complications set forth either by the state, the feds, or a combination of the two for the county to act upon. I've always said it's not an easy solution, and those people who start making noise about what they're going to do to programs and the welfare department, let me show you something here if I can. So the pamphlet says, know your rights. Somebody else does this, so I'm kind of mimicking. Mimicry is a form of flattery, right? California form of rights. Yes. Let me unfold what they produce for people to know their rights in the county programs. And these are all the available programs. Look at that list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 programs. CalWorks, food stamps, cash assistance program for immigrants, the one we call CAPI, children's health insurance program, the one they call CHIP. Food stamps, probably already said that. California eligibility, covered California eligibility. Foster care, child welfare services, housing programs through the county social services department. In-home support services. Those are the folks that help with your parents when nobody else wants to come down. A hospital, you can't leave them there, so they pay somebody to take over. Generally a family member, which works out, but the system can be abused. Kinship guardianship assistance, KinGap they call it. Medi-Cal, refugee cash assistance. Oh, we do that too. Did you know? Resource family approvals. Did you know? Approved relative caregiver funding option program, ARC. Service animal allowance. There's all kinds of programs. The bad thing about this is, most of you out there, ladies and gentlemen, will never qualify for these programs. Why? Because you're not broken, you're not mentally unstable, you're not an alcoholic, you're not a drug abuser, you're not getting past drug abuse or alcohol abuse. You're not a victim, but in a sense we all are. You're not too old, you're not too young, you're not crippled, you're not handicapped, you're not an amputee, you're not a refugee, you're not an immigrant, you're not fleeing or an asylum seeker. All these things that I used to tell people when they came across my desk for county assistance. You pay into a system that you will probably never see. But that's how it goes. And so when we talk about trying to fix these programs, you have to fix them with a level of knowing what you're talking about when you're dealing with these programs. Platitudes, all the other spunky stuff that you hear about. It don't work that way. Congratulations to my counterparts for making all that noise. But let me say this. This is Sacramento County Department of Human Assistance. 1 out of 58. And I'm going to encourage those of you on the campaign trail to maybe step inside your county office and have that discussion with their director to at least get a feel of what's going on inside county welfare. As far as I know, this is the first time they've had a candidate, much less one for governor, step into their office. This is the first time they had a candidate who used to be a former employee and a former union rep. I haven't changed since they last saw me, and the director is well aware of that. If you have any doubts or questions, feel free to call that man up, Mr. Ethan Dye. I'll let him speak out of his own mouth what he feels about this candidate and his direction for this state, but I did let him know I'm not here for explanations, excuses, or platitudes. Minnesota was an embarrassment. The heat's coming to California, and I as a candidate know about this county and how we're gonna start to make fixes to it. He's aware of the direction I'm ready to take. Might not seem comfortable, might not like it, but he's aware of what direction I'm ready to go to and to take. Yeah, interesting. Union folks, United Public Employees Local 1 here in Sacramento County. I've offered to speak to you guys. I would love to speak to my former group that I've represented before for over 9 of my 11 years in county service. They broke the mold here. Will you clamor up and not allow your folks to hear a candidate's words? Or were you told the union line, stay with the political side, bone in, hone in, and dig in on an irrational position, or do you want to have that conversation? That challenge is for you, and their director is Mr. Ted Samara. Public employee union, the employees dictate. Yeah, we all know how that game works, sir. Put it to your board and let them decide. You have my contact number. Give them a call. I've met with you guys once, but I only met with the director. I haven't gotten to meet with your group or your representatives. So, looking forward to that one. Gonna upset the apple cart. Let's go all the way, start upsetting the apple cart. I'm not here to work for you. I'm here to work with you to find a viable solution to keep the department doing what it needs to do to assist people rationally, correctly, and without absconding money or having it fall through the cracks and the gaps and everything else for excuses of how we mismanage funding. I'm here to ensure that the union members have a place to live in California and not think about whether they want to stay or move in the next month or two. I'm on to my next site. Leo Naranjo IV. Gonna make a stop here to 4700 46th Avenue, the place where Miss Amy posted today on a captured video conversation. We'll see what those people are about as I make my way through the city on a blitzing trail of information. Leo Naranjo IV, candidate for governor. God bless you all. We'll talk to you later at the next place.